Unrelegated, and surprise, surprise, I'm back with my original mate. What's going on, Jay?
I'm back. It's good to be back.
Where have you been?
I have been in a video dungeon, video making dungeon.
Did they lock you in with those lawyers for Atlanta United that get all the green cards?
I could defeat lawyers. I had to work. One of my first jobs was actually training lawyers and secretaries in word processing. So I've basically, it's like the Afghanistan of jobs, because it's coming at you from every angle. You never know when a lawyer's gonna come out and throw a mug at you because he's frustrated because his computer won't work. This
is very interesting. I never knew that's what that entailed.
It builds character.
Because honestly, if you would have told me that's what you did, I would not have thought of that at all. At all.
Yeah, it taught me how to deal with a lot of BS from people. So
Jay's back.
Yep.
Thankfully, I've missed you, bud. And we also have a huge guest on our pod tonight, Felipe Cardenas with The Athletic. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. This is like the third time I think you come and hang out with us. And every time you come, I'm just like, it makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to join the pod, guys. Always happy to be here.
Super fun. We always have a great meal beforehand.
Yes.
And I had a triple-decker grilled cheese sandwich.
So 4 pieces of bread.
4 pieces of bread, 3 different types of cheeses, and I couldn't finish it.
It looked delicious.
You put a good dent in it.
You did. You really did.
Yeah.
And you had fries with it too.
We'll see if I make it through the pod without crashing from
You're not sweating.
carb sugar overdose.
What did she call it? Cheese sweats? She called it cheese sweats.
Yeah. Our waitress said, gave me the cheese sweats, and I was like, I don't want that.
You're already halfway in at that point.
Yeah,
you should have just kept going.
It's too late. Yeah.
What did you get, Felipe?
I had please, Italian listeners out there, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's arancini or arancini. It is an app, so it's like a fried risotto ball, pretty much.
Yeah.
In like marinara and cheese sauce. It was very good.
Yeah.
Highly recommended here
really,
at Hudson
really
Grill.
Delicious.
You had your hummus, right?
I had my hummus, which comes with literally an accoutrement of whatever you could possibly want to stick hummus on. So I enjoy it. I always enjoy it.
And Fran got me a Guinness glass. He knows I don't drink, but it's still a cool thing to have, a keepsake, because it's engraved with "Nothing's gonna stop us now."
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes, he got us. They had a Guinness event here where they did. Is it called etching of glass? Is that what it's called?
They etch it.
So he got you a cup that says "Nothing's gonna stop us now," and then he got me one that said "My new champagne glass" and a Guinness. And the last time I was here and he presented me the glass, I literally was like, "All right, you want to put champagne in that?"
We need to get a champagne sponsor for Kelly.
We really do. I think,
or even somebody that makes prosecco, whatever.
Whatever. It should just be somebody that should do something.
Yeah.
So a lot has happened recently. Most recent, honestly, today. I got home from work a little bit early just to kind of clean up my house and get ready for us doing this
before
tonight.
Coming to the Hudson FC.
Coming to the studio. I mean, I had to get prepared.
Studio A.
I'm sitting there on my phone. I just got done texting somebody. I was like, I'm just going to check the Twitterverse, and it just so happens that I open my app and then I get the notification that Darren Eales had tweeted something, and Darren,
he only
rarely tweets.
He only tweets riddles.
Yes.
Or something that's like when they win an award.
Right.
Like congratulating themselves.
When he wins an award.
Congratulations to you, but really to me.
Yeah.
Pat myself on the back. But it was this riddle that I stood there for a couple minutes being like, I don't understand. When England won the World Cup and then Jeff, are we signing another ginger? What does this all mean?
Did he just drop that in there because he's like, yeah, England's winning the next World Cup? Is that why he just dropped it in there with the word World Cup?
I only got 1966 out of that little
Did
riddle.
you?
That's all I got, because I immediately knew, okay, that was the only time that England lifted the World Cup in their own country on a very controversial goal, if you will, against West Germany.
Yeah.
The Lawrence thing, I did not know. Here's the thing about
Pogba was born in the 90s, so
right. It's like it couldn't have been I even counted every letter in Jeff Lenowitz's name. I'm like plus 1966. No, that can't be it. But again, I think we knew it was the Florentin Pogba announcement.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting and slightly humorous about Atlanta United's announcements lately is that we all know they're coming.
Yeah.
It's that's just the way it's been this transfer window. We knew PT was coming.
Worst kept secrets.
So
Yes.
we knew Tata was leaving.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I think Frank de Boer was a big surprise.
That was
that was a big one.
pretty
the
crazy
only
how they
one that
kept
I
that
think,
under
Yeah.
wraps.
So,
But nobody
it-
was talking to Frank, so
apparently not.
And it definitely wasn't like the like last year when we had the Nagby announcement. Like all of us were like, "Wait, what?"
Right.
yeah, that was
that wasn't even anywhere
that was a
on
big
our
deal.
radar.
That was
yeah.
one of the first big TAM signings outside of Dwyer. So yeah,
So yeah, I mean, Jeff Carlisle, ESPN, was the first to report that United was actually talking to Florentin Pogba. And then a lot of us, other reporters, like I even talked to a league source who's like, yeah, it's happened. It's a matter of time, like paperwork. And so, yeah, good. I was not surprised. We knew it was coming, but still always good to get a little riddle from Mr. Eels.
So with the Atlanta United presser today, they had a couple of things, and because they always do that with every announcement they make, they obviously release a statement saying this is who we signed, things like that. There are some comments I want to pull out and read for you guys and get your take on them.
Boom.
So the first one was Atlanta United today announced that it has signed defender Florentin Pogba in a discovery signing. The 28-year-old central defender, who most recently played with the Turkish Super League side, I cannot pronounce that name. Do you want to?
Not even going to try it. Not even going to try.
Will join the club pending the receipt of his international transfer certificate.
Genker Berligi.
I can't. I don't even know if that's what it is, but
It sounds like a rip-off version of a Lamborghini, like having a Bolex watch.
Somebody's going to be listening to this and be like, "It's pronounced." But
Good.
What are your
Tell
thoughts
us.
on the discovery signing bit of that?
I don't understand. Like he's sponsored by Discovery Channel now.
Yes. So it's a full endorsement.
Yeah, we're gonna see him on Discovery Kids now. Like
I hope not. I hope not.
teaching him.
It would be
Spanish.
very entertaining.
Teaching him
actually.
how to say swear words in Spanish.
How to cut hair? I don't know. And they're into
Yeah.
the Pogbas are into hairdos and revealing haircuts.
Yes,
Correct.
We saw that the digital team put some hair shots out.
Yeah.
Already.
But that's just an interesting thing that's the way that we went about getting
Yeah,
him.
why
I mean,
go
I know
about
that he
that for a
was-
guy that's not on a contract? That's do you think we did put him on when he was still under contract? That's when we put discovery rights on him. He was seen in
Possibly.
Atlanta United hat like months ago.
Yeah,
Right.
possibly. I mean, again, I always reach out to the oracle of MLS rules, and that is Paul Tenorio.
Mr. Tenorio.
Mr. Tenorio.
Nutmeg King too, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a good player. But yeah, Paul Tenorio of the Athletic he's the guy that these are questions for him.
Right.
And I won't pretend to know all the
I just
the
see
transfer
him like
rules, but
going into this vast library and climbing up on a ladder and be like, "Yes, discovery rights, MLS, yes, established 1996."
You're
And then,
literally-
like,
you're-
rolls it thing and blows off dust.
Like literally everything you described just makes me think of Beauty and the Beast when he's just rolling through that library and it's just
yeah.
Is that when he's singing "Be Our Guest"? Is that the one, or is it a different one?
that's when Belle's in the library.
Ah,
This is this
okay.
massive library of just books.
I don't know. I only pay
Books
attention
on
when the
books on
Candlestick
books.
started singing. That was funny stuff.
Oh my gosh. So another quote obviously was Carlos on Pogba. He said he's a physical center back who also has the ability to play with his feet. He also brings an immense amount of experience after representing his club and country in various international tournaments, and we expect him to compete for playing time on our back line.
I love how the news release was like, "Oh, by the way, he has a brother in Manchester somewhere."
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to
FYI.
say. Yeah.
Because
Why?
I like that they want to respect him and not make him feel like it's about his brother. It's
Right.
about him. So,
But he is his older brother.
Yeah.
he's used
Let's
to
just
it.
be honest.
He's used to it.
He is
right. He's
Paul
28.
Pogba's older brother.
Yeah, he's already getting Snapchat sent out before the team we even knew he signed and stuff.
Right,
So
right.
yeah,
I mean, I'll have a reaction to it on The Athletic tomorrow. So if you're listening to this pod tomorrow, meaning today, check out The Athletic Soccer.
yeah, Wednesday.
And yeah, I think from what you can, from Bocanegra's quote, yes, he is a ball playing center back, right?
Yeah.
And his best form was probably 2 years ago for Saint Etienne in the French Ligue 1 or Ligue 1, as
Yeah.
isn't that how you
Ligue
say it?
1.
Ligue 1.
I mean, it's French. It's
but-
definitely a.
Yeah. So and De Boer told Doug Robertson of the Athletic Journal-Constitution that was something that was a priority for him, to having a left-footed.
Yeah, I mean, we need a center back depth.
Now listen, he's not the first coach to do that. I mean, that is a rare pairing that probably every manager would love to have. There aren't a lot of good left-footed center backs in the world, and when you can find one, you go and get them. So
And also, I feel like take some heat off Breck Shea, where now people are going, about this other signing. Everybody's forgot about Breck. Remember when Breck first was signed? Like, what's going on? You know?
Like, why Breck? Now
What's
it's
happening?
Like, what?
Yeah.
Now Breck makes a lot of sense now. Now
Yeah,
you're
no,
he's
he
just
does.
another guy that's like coming in. He can play.
Yeah.
Yes.
He might play in multiple
He's
positions.
played in
He's
CCL.
versatile.
Yeah.
He was a DP.
He's played in Mexico, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Pogba is in my opinion a wait and see signing. Like it might go, we might look back a year from now and say, wow, what a signing. Like he contributed and he came in and if we expect this team to play in all the competitions and try to win them, there's going to be squad rotation, so he's going to be an important piece of the puzzle. But we don't know yet. We don't know what his fitness level is right now. He's just joining the squad, who is ahead of him.
Yeah.
And he, he's coming off of a season of not playing.
I thought he was just brought in to be Asiedu's translator, so to help Asiedu, understand what some of the other guys are saying in Spanish, and
could be.
No, but I think
he did a Q&A together with those two guys, right? On Facebook.
Yeah,
today?
it was very entertaining.
I missed it. Yeah,
it was extremely entertaining. I think what gets me with this signing, and obviously referring back to the Breck signing and other things that we've had, is I feel like our depth has gone from. I mean, we already had pretty good depth to begin with, but it's like somebody said on the reactions for Atlanta United, like it seems like every move that this team's making, we just keep getting better and better players.
It felt like last year we got the USL team sooner than we expected. Atlanta United 2, that was sort of our depth pool,
right?
And now we're some contracts were expiring at good times and some other things, and we've been able to bring in these more veteran pieces at budget. As a bargain. So yeah,
and I think stockpiling defenders,
because Breck ain't making $7 million anymore.
Not anymore. But yeah, managers that stockpile defenders is also not new in world soccer, especially if you know you're going to be playing a lot of games, and you might know who your preferred back three or back four is. Mm-hmm. But to your point, Kelly, like we have guys like as important as they were and they still are, like Michael Parker is our captain, the Atlanta United's captain. And Jeff Lorenowitz, who has played an increasingly important role in this squad, both as just a locker room leader and being able to play in the back and in the middle. Those guys can't go 34-plus games every single game.
Right.
And now Frank de Boer has other options in the back. He has, there's Miles Robinson, who showed he can play, but he's a guy that he will only improve if he plays. Mm-hmm. And so Frank de Boer will have to move guys around, give them minutes, so that his most important preferred lineups are fresh when he needs them. So expect Pogba to come in like Bocanegra said in the quote. He's going to compete for playing time, and he's not here to replace anyone. Not yet.
I think it's interesting because it just solidifies the fact to me that one, rotation is going to happen when you have players like this coming in, and then two, that it's being taken into account the fact that you're going to have to go and play CCL and you're going to have to travel to play those teams. And at the same time, you're also going to have to get ready for MLS competition. So it's almost like you have a first team, but you have an A and B squad in your first team. And both teams are fully capable of competing at high levels in MLS, but it allows us to still remain consistent on level of play in both competitions.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this dynamic, where we're a more mature club, bringing in more veteran pieces, stacking and building and using the salary cap and working it to the best of our ability. But then secondarily, is everyone's all pumped up about Frank de Boer because it was working with the youth and more youth playing time. And I'm starting to look and see, well, I don't know where these youth are going to slot in.
No, it's not automatic.
And that's the thing. I think initially when it came on, I'm like, well, now we got a Breck Shea, now we got a Pogba. Maybe an Asiedu gets featured in a Open Cup or something like that. But that's, I don't know.
I think for young players like George Bello and the draft picks, when they know that they are playing for a coach that will give them an opportunity, that they'll excel and they'll lift their game and they're going to be thinking like, I could play tomorrow. I think under Tata Martino, it wasn't that he didn't rate the younger players. I think he knew, and he was very open with us. He would say, he would tell us in media scrums that guys like Carlton and Bello had all the talent. That's why they were out here, training with us, meaning the first team. But they were still behind. Now, a year in a teenager's life you can change a lot. You can grow mentally, you can grow
physically in just a matter of a month.
Yeah, and if you're
I still stand by that Bello did put on a little bit of muscle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean,
100% he
he's
did.
growing. He's a kid.
right.
So.
And if you're training in the environment that they are at Atlanta United with, like, elite players for MLS, and the some of the best facilities, the training ground, the tactics and the strategies, you're
all the best hot tubs.
You're going to get better. So it's a matter of time before they play, but it's not just like an automatic get in there because Frank de Boer is here. But the opportunities are increased, no doubt.
Yeah. And so this is. It just reminds me of just how the front office has sort of seen a direction that they wanted to go in from the very beginning, and it feels like each move that they make it's new and it's moving us forward, but it also always seems like it's always been part of the plan. And one of the things I do want to bring about with that always part of the plan is this Miggy final. It's final that he's at Newcastle for a record amount of money, 27 million, I think. Allegedly 27 million.
Could be 19 million baked in 8 million in
Correct.
extras.
Correct. And one of the reasons I bring this up, and I know that's been hit on and pressed and by so many news outlets, is that we haven't really talked about it on this pod, because the last time that we recorded, we were saying, is it going to happen? Because the transfer window closed last Thursday. So, I mean, it's new, but at the same time, it's not. One of the things that is new, however, is the commentary that's been coming out from Daniel Campos, Miguel's.
Is it Campo?
Is it Campo or Campos?
I think it's Campo.
I think it's Daniel Campos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe his Twitter doesn't have the S.
Yeah.
Maybe that threw me off.
But he's said a lot of things which sort of, for an Atlanta United supporter, took us off guard, because we always assumed the relationship between Miggy and the club and him being sold by the club was an amicable one. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the quotes that came out didn't shine a light in that regard.
Yeah, so to back up for a second, right, if you didn't know, Daniel Campo is Miguel Almiron's agent, and he has a few other players on his bill that you've never heard of. Went to a relatively new Paraguayan radio station and decided to start shedding some light, he felt, on the transfer and bemoaning some of the ways things were handled. And
it is Campo, by the way.
It is Campo.
It is
No S.
Campo.
No S.
Oh, okay.
So I'm back, baby. I'm back.
I'm wrong. Always wrong.
Mid-season form.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
It's all that
And it
training I've been doing.
begins.
And he contradicted himself a couple times on some of the things he was complaining about, and that was all one thing, where he's airing some dirty laundry, and that's fine. Agents do weird stuff. They come out, they can be unprofessional, they say things, they have a motive or a reason. I couldn't figure out what the reason was, though, because he threw sort of any strategy I thought he might have had on coming out at the end by putting the spotlight right back on Miguel Almiron and saying, but Miguel will tell you about this later when the time is right. And that just puts all those, like, basically, okay, now this is all off me. Now it's on my client.
Right, I'm a player.
And people will be, waiting for him to come out. I mean, I don't think he's going to come out and say jack shit, but
No, I mean,
I think it's just a bunch of hot air.
right.
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, agents talk, like, before I get into that, quickly, just a quick rebuttal on what Kelly said about Pogba, real fast, like how it's true. Like, he's an international signing. There are a lot of things on paper that make sense, right? I would say at the same time, it is kind of an uncharacteristic signing, in my opinion, for the club and where they're going. Culturally, and his age and where he's coming from and when the last time he played and what his purpose and long-term future is for the club. Now, I'm going to get into that in my column for the Athletic Soccer tomorrow, so check that out. But I think that's important to know. Like, MLS is so, you don't know how a player is going to be until we see them perform. Even P.T. Martinez, who we know is next level, he still has to play in MLS. He still has to play games, still has to play an entire season, and we need to see how he does. Like, Pogba is, for me, a wait-and-see signing. So that's my last thing on Pogba. Campo, agents like to talk, and some talk less than others. And I think the only thing that I know about Miguel in this situation is that he wanted to leave, and not in a I can't wait to get out of here, but he was very open. We all know that he wanted to
He was
play
ready.
in Europe.
He was ready.
Yes.
Yeah, and he probably could have. Obviously, he could have gone to Europe before he came to Atlanta United. Like that's why his signing is so different from the other signings. Like he really did choose MLS when he probably
And that's
could
why I
have gone
don't buy
somewhere
this.
else.
What's another few weeks after 2 years and getting your promise? You know what I mean? Like that sort of stuff. Like to me, that's how business transactions just go down with transfers now. And if that's something, I don't have a problem with him being irked or even Miggy being frustrated by the process or whatever, but it shouldn't be to the level. I mean, the way he came out was like we were stabbing him in the back, you know,
No,
and like
I don't
taking
think-
money out of his pocket, you know. I mean, if that's how he
maybe
felt,
he didn't
fine,
get
but-
the fee he wanted, but
Yeah.
regardless, even though that might not be the best approach to go out and go on air and kind of like air inside information or dealings that happened in the negotiation, some of it is true. Like it was probably not a very easy negotiation. There were a lot of things that Darren Eales, give him credit. Like he had a plan, he stuck to it.
He got a lot of
He was-
criticism
he-
for a
he
couple
did.
weeks leading up.
Yeah.
Just
For
sell
sure.
him. Just
Just
lower
sell
the
him.
fee.
And obviously there were probably takers, right? But it was a very important transaction for the
Symbolic,
team,
really.
the league.
It was more than the money.
player,
Yeah.
the future.
Everybody was watching, yeah.
So maybe Daniel Campos wasn't seeing it that way. He had his his client's best interest.
He was part
air
of the
quotes.
theater.
But
And
yeah,
he
had his-
obviously did not recognize his part to play. He felt that
Right.
he got shafted on his part. But
Yeah.
I mean, he had his horse blinders on. He saw what he needed to see with his client and what he needed to get out of.
He said
the
there was a
deal with
$4
his
million.
client.
We saw reports that there were potentially, and it could be totally bogus, but that there was fighting over a $4 million fee, and then that just magically went away.
Right.
And then suddenly the deal a week later was done after he's apparently going to Italy. So
I mean,
he played. Listen, if at the end of the day, if he got his client a move
Right.
to England,
yeah.
so I'm like, part of me was like, at first I was like, is he grandstanding for his other clients to say, "I'll fight for you"? You know what I mean?
Possibly. We
But
probably
then-
won't be
but then it
seeing
was
any
thrown
other.
out the window.
Yeah,
and he's
we-
like, back to Miggy.
We probably won't be seeing any other Atlanta United players move to Newcastle United. I think we can guarantee that. But I mean, the PT Martinez negotiations and transfers seem to have gone very smoothly. It was
Right.
it was done and dusted months ago, and that's how world football is. Like clubs maintain and like establish relationships. There are famous relationships in world football. Real Madrid and Juventus have one. Maybe there has been one established between Atlanta United and River Plate where they know how they do business. They understand each other. They have the same priorities.
Oh, so
Now-
you're talking about trust.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. And Newcastle was, I think we can all agree, like notoriously frugal. They haven't spent a lot of money in a long time. It's not something that they do every transfer window.
Right.
So there were just a lot of factors that made this negotiation probably less than simple.
Yeah. Things happen. It's complicated. And it's a January transfer window with a team that's about to get relegated and an owner who is fiscally...
Well, we're gonna hope they don't get relegated. That's
Yeah.
that's the hope.
Yeah,
why
I'm sure
he's
there's
going
money
there.
in Miggy's pocket if they don't. So
Well, either way,
5-year contract, by the way.
Yeah.
5 years. What is Daniel Campo thinking? Getting a 5-year contract. I mean, that's interesting. With Newcastle, that is weird. But anyways, that just popped in my head. I was like, that's a long time, and he had one with us too for 5 years, which was interesting.
Yeah.
It was a little strange
Yeah,
since we promised him he was going to leave anyways.
And Miguel got Joseph got 5 years too.
Yeah.
Well, Joseph, I understand.
He earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can give Joseph a lifetime contract. It doesn't matter. We'll
Yeah,
keep
just give him a
as long as he
statue and
wants.
get his bloody name on that freaking golden boot already.
Gosh, right?
What the?
But the paperwork is done with Miguel to Newcastle, and his actually visa paperwork is also done. So the first game that
Campo's got receipts.
Yep.
And,
the first game we could possibly see
expensive.
him play in is this upcoming Monday on the 11th against Wolves at 3 p.m.
guys, you
Your
have
squad, Kelly.
You have to join us. And this is a good. We need to talk about this. So, if you've listened to the last couple episodes, obviously Jessica is now part of the team. We announced that
Yes.
a little while ago, and so
Jessica.
her and Kelly will be doing a bi-weekly podcast, and we'll talk about at the end of the show some of the things we have coming up that we can kind of hint at, and some of
It's
the
got a lot of good
changes.
things. Yeah.
But Jessica, welcome, and she will join us on Monday. We will be here at Hudson FC at 3 p.m. On the 11th to catch the Newcastle Wolves game and to see, hopefully,
Hoping.
Miggy's coming out party for
Crossing my
Newcastle.
fingers.
And, yeah, I mean, it should be a lot of fun. They have Rowdy and Proud and cans and a bunch of other drinks and specials that will be going on.
And Fran's going to come in his Wolves jersey. He's
and
prepared.
there will be
spaghetti grilled cheese sandwiches.
It's been confirmed.
Okay. I was going to ask that.
If you
No,
if you
it's
keep missing the boat on that, you're not there on the right day, and you hear about it, you got to make it down. There's no excuse now.
No excuse. Take work off.
Take half day. Take a half day.
I don't even take a half day. I mean, just take the whole day off.
Yeah, just start drinking at 8 a.m. You'll be fine.
Prepare yourself.
And then you can sober up on those grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah, so come join us on Monday, and it'll be a blast. And we'll be
and then hopefully we get to see Miggy play.
And we'll be doing some stuff with Atlanta United Fan TV as well. So on Monday, they're coming down, and Devin and AJ and some of the other squad. So very cool stuff.
It'll be a really big family party of just Atlanta United.
It's kind of our big first thing, like it's funny how Miggy's kind of kicked off this coming together for Newcastle of all teams
now.
that I never thought I'd be
over Miggy
rushing to the pub to watch a Newcastle match.
Right?
So should be fun.
Well, we have heard that. No, never.
Yeah.
So this also brings up topics which somebody at this table is very highly knowledgeable about. Transfers and transfer rumors, and more particularly the one rumor out of most of them that were done in this silly season that really hit fans hard was this whole idea that we could be losing LGP to Boca. I know you released an article about that, about what LGP, like his transfer rumor with Boca, means for Atlanta United, from The Athletic. It was a great article, and I just wanted to see if you want to touch a little bit about it.
I'm actually going to say we should leave that as a tease. So I think we should take a break, come back, and let Felipe dig into the good stuff.
Jay?
Yeah.
I've been sitting here waiting to ask this question the entire time, and you're just like cutting me off.
Yeah. So.
My God.
So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. Hey, guys.
What's up, everyone?
As you know, we are huge Atlanta Beer Bus fans.
Oh, my God. We are the hugest fans.
And you may know because we've given you offers in the past, and now we've got a new offer for you.
You guys are going to be blown away.
If you don't know, Atlanta Beer Bus is Atlanta's only hop-on and hop-off brewery shuttle service.
Yeah, and you can ride between 7 breweries, 1 cidery, and a distillery, and even a MARTA station for only $15 a day.
But, guys, Fridays are now happy hour. You can now ride for $10 on Fridays.
You got to be kidding me. $10?
Yeah, so what are you guys doing? Why are you taking expensive Lyft rides or Uber to
makes
breweries?
No sense. Or having to try to find them on a map or Waze.
Yeah.
I mean, don't do that.
Or trying to designate a friend as a designated driver and punishing him or her.
Oh my God, those conversations, they're awful. Those are awful conversations.
Someone's always grabbing the short straw.
Well, I mean, really, it's most likely.
Plus, guys, as Kelly's favorite, you
beer
get
nerds.
You get
beer nerds. Beer nerds.
You get beer nerds, guys. That means you get somebody that's going to tell you all about the brewery, all about what's new before you even get there, so you don't have to get off and then pause and wait for somebody to give you a tour and all of that. It's all done on the shuttle ahead of time.
They're nerds that love beer.
Plus,
how could you not like them?
Plus, the drivers, they got great taste in music, I hear. So.
Yeah, perfect taste in music.
Yeah. Maybe bring your own mixtape. I don't think they have. Do you think they have cassette tape players?
Oh, for sure.
But listen, guys, Unrelegated listeners now get 20% off daily passes with the promo code UNREL. That's UNREL. And the reason that's cool is because they can now be used on any weekend route.
Any weekend route. That means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And because Fridays, like Jay said, are now happy hour, that means Unrelegated listeners can ride the bus on a Friday for just $8.
Now listen, the offer is limited to one person per weekend and cannot be combined with other offers, but that doesn't matter because you only need one day to get through these breweries, guys.
You only need one. And you know what? If you want any more kind of cool tidbits and other facts about them, you can follow them at ATL Beer Bus on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
And you can visit them at atlantabeerbus.com for full details, as the daily routes may change on occasion. So go there, check it out, see what the routes look like, and then go ahead and use your code.
Atlanta Beer Bus, people. Create your own beer adventure.
What are you waiting for? Go do it. And we're back.
We are back. Now I want to know the question. So I'll reframe. I'll rephrase.
We hopped in our time machine and we're back.
Re-asked my question. Obviously, reports came out that Boca Juniors is looking to strengthen their back line, and one of their top wants was LGP.
Yep.
And I know that it was reported that Boca sent an offer to Atlanta United. Atlanta United turned it down, and Frank de Boer basically said that he's irreplaceable. Like you're not taking him.
Untransferable.
Correct. Was the
I've never
was
heard that before.
and I know that you wrote an entire article at The Athletic about what this sort of means. Do you want to go ahead and
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's funny because you're like, I've never heard that term, and like in South America, it is used a lot.
He might as well just said 9.
In South America,
that's German.
You know,
I know it's close enough.
there are intransferible, which is like you're untouchable, but like any negotiation, that's just right now. Like Boca Juniors was warned away once. That does not mean they won't come back and test Atlanta United's commitment to possibly their best defender. And
there's always a number.
There's always a number. And so what do I think about that? Like personally, when I look at LGP and how he arrived to the league, and I talk about it in the article, he bounced around a little bit after leaving River Plate. He didn't have a great ending at his childhood club, which is River Plate. He bounced around. He's always been a good player and a solid defender. And he came to MLS. He's performed. I think you can say he was inconsistent at the beginning, but who wasn't on this team in the first year? He's gradually gotten very much better. He's become a leader in the locker room. He's committed to what the culture of the club is and tactically what the ideas are for this club. And now little things like learning English have made him even more important and slightly more indispensable for this club as they're going through a cultural change with Frank de Boer. So that's one piece. But I think from a performance standpoint, he's played his way back to being considered a target for the top leagues in Argentina, which is no laughing matter. I mean,
which is also interesting because when you talk to, and this, I mean, I guess we could take it with a grain of salt. When you talk to fans, there's different perspectives than an analyst or whatever. But when you talk to River Plate fans about LGP, they go, he was the worst defender we've ever had.
Yep.
Worst to get him out. They're glad to have gotten rid of him. And, I'm sure players go through peaks and valleys, but it's hard to believe looking at him now.
It is. And
that he was their worst center back in the history of River Plate.
And he wasn't, but he, timing in professional sports
there could have been
is everything.
I don't know if there were big moments that people remember.
There were some big moments that were unfortunate for him. Like he had some pretty bad performances at the end of a season where the team could not afford a bad performance by a defender. And they lost games, they lost points.
Which is so interesting because we literally just had that same scenario with him going up to play the New York Red Bulls for the Eastern Championship, and he was flawless.
Right.
So I'm sorry, continue.
No,
but
that's all part of his story because he was essentially
he's crawled out of the basement.
One of other players that were scapegoated at the end of I think it was 2013, 2014 at River Plate. And yes, he has come to MLS and shown his quality and shown that he can not only play here for a very long time, but possibly go back to one of the biggest clubs in Argentina, regardless of the fact that it's a rival, and play at the highest level.
We know that he regrets not winning anything. That he talks about it, right? With River Plate. And so I'm sure he'd love to go to Boca and win some trophies.
I think it's interesting because he's a River Plate
but that's
fan.
his club.
It's his club, and it was hard. He told me that it was difficult. He wanted to be part of this moment for River Plate, which today is one of their most successful moments in their history. So that says a lot. This is a very historically rich club that's won a lot of championships, and right now what they just completed under Gallardo has been unprecedented, and a player like Leandro Gonzalez Pires missed out on it. And so I think that probably stings, and there probably is a notion that I would love to go back, and I'm paraphrasing, he would probably love to go back to Argentina and show that league, the Super League in Argentina, the managers that may have dissed him when he left, that he can still play. And so that's important, that the manager that wants him knows him very well. He has handpicked him several times during his career in Argentina. So that's Gustavo Alfaro, who replaced Guillermo Bartos Schelotto at Boca Juniors, and I think he'll come back for him. I think this summer is going to be a big one for Atlanta United and their commitment to possibly their best defender.
It's going to be very interesting because Atlanta's sitting there watching what just happened with Toronto and Giovinco and Acosta and the mess that and when you leave it to the last minute Or just look at Arsenal, the disaster of constantly selling players for less than what they picked them up for and letting them go out on free and all that stuff. But if he's on his last year, he could technically pick up a pre-contract in the summer if he wanted to.
Right, and
if we don't nip him in the bud, or just use that as leverage to then get even more.
Exactly.
And we want to keep him in TAM space, right?
Correct.
So he could still make a lot of money here, but it's going to be a lot of. They're looking at their books right now and trying to figure out how they're going to do this, I bet.
And I think what's, to Kelly's point, why is this a story? Because, yeah, there's always a number, correct. And maybe he has a number. But I think for him, there are just other factors. Like he probably wants to stay here. Let's be honest. He loves this club. He loves the city. His daughter's here, was born here. He's told me on several occasions that, like, no, we don't have these plans to raise her in Argentina. She has everything that she wants here and that she'll have.
It's very safe, very
it's
comfortable.
Safe, education. But, he has other objectives. Like, he truly does want to play for the national team.
Right.
And he knows that no player has ever come out of MLS and played for the national team, ever.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so they could give him a number. He
PT
might.
Do you
maybe
think
the
that
first.
might?
PT's probably going to be the
this
first.
This is kind of where I was going. Do you think that could possibly, because PT is now on the team and they're both going to be playing together, that they're going to he's going to have eyes on him that necessarily weren't gravitating towards him to begin with?
Yes. So, yeah, when PT was announced, that was one of my angles in an article for the Athletic Soccer, is that
Which is also a great article.
a player about PT who people were like, why are you in MLS? Like, how can you possibly go to America? Well, he's already played for the national team. He's in the pool. In a moment where that national team is changing. They're guys that have been playing together for 10 years will not be playing much longer. And yeah, so if they continue to scout PT Martinez, if the Argentina national team still thinks that he's important to them for the Copa America and World Cup qualifying, by default, they may start looking at LGP. But that's a risk that we don't know if he's willing to take right now.
It's very one of the things that was kind of cool is, of course, what everybody talks about when a player comes from South America is just the heat that they get for coming to MLS. And even now, after what we've done, most people are still in South America unaware of Atlanta United. Maybe now they are, but when Miguel Almiron, that was wasn't as big of a deal, and or LGP, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for as much of that banter that still exists about this isn't a league, they should be going straight to Europe, I had more people in my DMs from Argentina, like, basically saying, hey, we're following Atlanta United now. We're happy for him. We see what's going on there. This is a good place for him. Keep me abreast of what's, basically hit me up like once or twice a week, going like, or give me inside scoops on things,
Right.
And so that didn't happen before either. So as much as we see the negative, I'm starting to see a growth of people becoming intrigued and saying, okay, this isn't black and white,
No, and I think a transfer like PT's is big for
and then,
where it's coming from, and I think Atlanta United is making the right moves where they are becoming relevant in markets that are important to them, and in soccer markets in South America that are rabid and culturally rich with history of just big clubs and big tournaments and big players. And so I think for PT, the difference between PT Martinez and LGP is, like, I'm sure there are River Plate fans that are like, yeah, you can take LGP. And there are probably other River Plate fans that are like, oh, good for him. He's doing great. Good for him. He's improved regardless. For PT, it was like,
he was a legend.
Some were like, oh my God, how could you possibly go to MLS? Others are just, yes, because he became iconic at that club. It's almost like there's a nostalgia of watching him leave. He could have gone anywhere. He could have gone to Juventus or Real Madrid, and they still would have been sad. Now, to your point about the DMs that you receive, I think, yes, they noticed that, well, he's going to this club that is moving the needle. That seems different.
They see it's an outlier from
so
in
a regards to the future, could it be something like, yes, MLS is still going to take years to gain respect from fans in Argentina,
it's
or
taking
just
years for Americans to get.
Yeah.
It's not. That's the other thing, is we act like it's not in our own country.
Right.
No, for sure. We're specifically talking about Argentina right now.
No, I know.
But could it be something that further down the road that Atlanta United is seen as being the best club? I mean, obviously, the best club of MLS, and that necessarily, if you've got Argentinian players that are playing for Atlanta United, that it wouldn't be deemed as despicable.
Yes, it's not like this big drop in quality, and that's the wrinkle about LGP, is that all of a sudden his former manager, and even just in Argentina in general, that the fact that they're talking about him on, they have talk shows dedicated to transfer rumors and soccer, right, in Argentina. His name came up often, and I think what that shows is that they are realizing that, hey, these players are leaving Argentina, they're going to MLS, in this case Atlanta United, and they're actually getting better. They can come back here and strengthen our teams. They can strengthen the biggest clubs in Argentina that are playing for intercontinental and international tournaments. So yeah, it is a big deal. And I think the fact that Atlanta United is that club that previously just had Tata Martino as their manager, that relevance is continuing to become more important as long as this club is successful and continues to be successful.
Just going to have to buy a team in Argentina at this point. I mean,
you might have to.
We keep saying this in Argentina and Europe and in La Liga. I mean, like, where he's just going to buy a team in every.
Yeah, we'll get our free transfers like Red Bulls.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's funny. We talk about the quality of MLS, and in this case, Miguel Almiron. I remember when he was injured. I believe it was towards the end of the season for a Chicago match, Chicago Fire here in Atlanta. And that was the weekend where there were a lot of international press, specifically from Colombia and Argentina, here in Atlanta, and hosted by MLS. And they were taken around the facilities, and they spoke to Tata. Tata still hadn't revealed that he was going to Mexico, so that was a big topic for them. But I remember
because he had other videos that came out.
Yeah,
where he was sitting around a table with other,
and they were just grilling him like, "Are you going to Mexico?" And he was like, "I don't know."
Yeah, separate from the press conference. From the press conference. Yeah,
he's like, "I don't know, am I?" So,
yeah.
But these journalists, and they're top journalists from Colombia, from Argentina. Like when I met them in the press box for that Chicago match, of course they were, impressed with the facilities and the business model and the project of Atlanta United. And
it helps that they all come in with low expectations.
They did have low expectations. Now,
so.
That game Miguel did not play, and the two journalists that I met from Colombia's biggest newspaper, El Tiempo, were like, "Yeah, the quality, not there yet, but good for MLS. They're there. They're going places. They'll get there soon.
Heading in the right path.
So, yeah, it's not this consensus that all of a sudden MLS is back or MLS is at that level because Miguel Almiron is sold to Newcastle, but these are big moments for the league that down the road.
And they also know at the end of the day it's a salary
difference.
Cap league. So I mean, at the end of the day, the skepticism is always going to be there for any single entity league like this.
Right.
We'd be knocking the socks off of everybody, one or two MLS teams, but there's always going to be people going, yeah, but
Yeah, and
are you hitting a ceiling? You still have salary cap. You still can't do certain
and Atlanta
things.
United now, they're going to play international tournaments. They're going to play CONCACAF, like all these
teams with no
opportunities.
Correct.
But it's just opportunities for them to once again be in a different spotlight, if you will, and perform and change minds and prove that this team wants to be serious and not only in their hemisphere but globally eventually.
Yeah,
not
we
only
better
as a
not
team
get
but
our
as a
asses
brand.
burned in Costa Rica.
By Herediano?
Because
I'm telling you, I'm not taking that match for granted. Man.
You cannot.
Ooh, man! Didn't they make it a year or two ago to like the semifinal?
Yeah, they've performed well in that tournament, and they just won the Costa Rican League.
They're champions right now.
They're the champions, so
very neat.
And they're also not coming in off of a preseason. They're playing matches right now, so they're coming in.
They're ready to roll.
Yeah, ready, like absolutely ready to roll. So it'll be interesting. Another thing, we had a lot of transfer rumors going on about Tito Villalba and Franco Escobar and a possibility of us just losing.
Yeah, because first wasn't there a rumor about Boca for Escobar a few weeks before it was even LGP?
I believe so,
Yeah.
and then obviously
Tito is Club America.
Club America came and was interested apparently in.
They were looking at. We know they were looking at everybody.
Villalba,
I don't know if they were playing games like to get the guy that they ultimately wanted. We know
Possibly.
that Kaku and all this other stuff was going on. So I'm curious how much that was.
But it's
just testing the waters.
For an Atlanta United short history, there's never been a January transfer window like the one that the club and the supporters.
I don't
just
ever remember
experienced.
anybody caring about the January transfer window, especially in MLS, and it was considered quiet.
Right.
And I mean, every other phrase on the Sky Sports was, "This is the quietest January."
Yeah,
so that just meant more Miguel Almiron to fill that void, and more MLS to have to talk about it again and again and again. 'Cause it's the only thing that's happening.
Once they finally get his name right.
It was the only thing that's happening. So yeah, that added to it, because that means it was coming out of their mouth more than if there were like 20 other transfers going on.
And if you ask the front office, they'll say that that's what we expect, and I think supporters should expect the same thing. If your club is being talked about, if your players are being talked about, if they're being targeted, and even if nothing materializes, it means that you've chosen you have talent. You've chosen the right players. You're going to have to eventually, though, commit to them and make decisions that the fans may not like, or the player himself may be deemed surplus at some point.
Yep.
So I think that's just a reality that will this club, and even just MLS in general, will become accustomed to. Where the transfer windows, there's a lot more activity. As more talent comes into this league, talent that thinks that they can come here and then progress to Europe, we'll start to see that more often.
And no, we're not shopping around Escobar just because he accidentally kit revealed. It's not a
his
thing.
girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
I'll give him credit.
Yeah.
It was not his Instagram.
No.
So, yeah, poor guy. And I can tell you, I'm not going to tell you how I know, but there was some people were alluding to the fact that this is a vast conspiracy. It's not really the jersey. It was, something's going on. No, that's
the jersey.
I can tell you for a fact that was the real
jersey.
jersey.
Yeah.
So, but that's not the kit launch. We have so much fun, anyways. It doesn't matter. We
more of a
we
party.
didn't have a player wearing it last time, but we did have some design leaks that we had an idea of what it would look like.
And I think it's the same.
Just par for the course.
I think it's the same thing with the King Peach. Like when I remember looking at the design last year, I was like, I don't really know if I like this.
I don't even
then
remember the
I saw
leak now, because I just remember the unveiling and how cool it was.
Oh,
With Kevin Egan and they come out of the tunnel and all
Dude,
that stuff.
I promise you, the unveiling is also going to be. I know people who are working on the unveiling kit launch party, and they're like, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're
MBS.
paying Roger Bennett money, that's not cheap. So
No,
they want this to be a national thing. They know that Atlanta United fans exist in Vancouver and Montreal. And
right.
I mean,
it's the brand. This is
they,
about the brand.
They want to become global. They want to become the Manchester United of MLS in terms of global marketing. And,
right.
And it's just a shame we don't get the TV rights money to go with that stuff.
Eventually.
Yeah.
A few many years.
So I'm excited. I was kind of hoping Kevin Egan was hosting again because I love Kevin. But
we always love Kevin.
We'll still have fun. We'll be there.
So
Kevin.
it's February 15th.
I got my tickets. You got your tickets.
Yeah, I got
Jessica's
my tickets.
got her tickets. Yeah.
And then, of course, Felipe is press, so it's whatever.
He may or not be there, officially or unofficially.
But it's at 7 p.m. So, I mean, hit us up on Twitter. Tell us where you're going to be. We should all probably just meet up and hang out.
17th?
It's the 15th.
15th, sorry. What's the 17th?
It's Friday the 15th.
I think there's an EMLS
it's
thing
the day
on the
after
17th.
Valentine's Day. So, all of you single people who are going to be not have anything to do on Thursday can just come and hang out with me on Friday, because I'll feel your pain. Anywho,
I thought you were having fun in single life. It was like
single life is fun in certain spots of my life, and others not so great.
Okay.
Come on.
We'll leave that for the other after show podcast.
After dark. Speaking of other things going on right now, preseason games. There's actually one tomorrow that, when we talked about all of the preseason games that were going on, we always thought that it was going to be sort of closed-door games, but they announced, I think yesterday or the day prior, that they're going to actually air the game against Club Tijuana.
Yeah, I think it comes down to, like, if the teams, they probably talk about it, and Tijuana was like, yeah, that's fine, and whatever. Whereas last time we were relying on Seattle's dedicated old-school tweet account that tweets out play-by-plays. Although I still don't understand how they confused Breck Shea for that third goal. Like when he said, Breck Shea got it. No, like Breck's 6'6".
Yeah.
How do you not know? Anyways,
it was Dion Pereira, and
it was raining, and I think there was raindrops in the press box or something. But either way, that was cool that they posted videos at least of some of the goals and some of the techers afterwards.
Right. It was funny. So I worked the Super Bowl. And so I was in the middle of prep for that, and our friend Annabelle was like just hanging out on Twitter and like kept sending me updates, and I felt like my phone kept going off constantly because he's like, oh, it's 1-0, oh, it's 3-0, and now it's 4-0.
Like, there's a Twitter account for that. I could check that. The side.
Well, no, I was like, please keep sending me updates, but I didn't think it would end up being 7-1.
I see what
I
you're
thought
saying.
it'd be like some updates, but like my back pocket just kept going on.
Getting a little more notifications than you expected.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Did they even fly out their first team down there?
Seattle?
Yeah.
I don't think we know. I mean, obviously
It's pretty much all their second team played.
a lot of, but I mean, Rui Diaz played. I think it was kind of like a combination of first teamers and some of the.
But a more
USL
traditional
guys.
preseason. I felt like we were doing something completely different. Like we were in a totally different wavelength. We got CCL in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it is. Two different priorities, teams in different moments of preseason.
Exactly.
I think this match with Club Tijuana will be a little bit different. I mean, first of all, Tijuana needs to improve their performances as well. They have Oscar Pareja. He's a coach that's looking
didn't start off so great.
for some momentum. Yeah, he did not start off the way he wanted in Liga MX. So I think they also see this as an opportunity to,
have it be a match.
A good match against a championship-winning team, a team, Atlanta United that should field a strong lineup. I think they have guys that are kind of nicked right now, but
knocking on wood, no injuries in this one.
Yeah, but I think this should be a better test and a better overall. You should be able to assess where the team is a little bit better after this one.
So that's on 3 p.m. on the 6th. So
tomorrow.
Today.
Well, today if you're listening to this.
And
you can find it on Atlanta United's YouTube account, their Twitter account.
Yeah, they
their
do
Facebook
it on all
account,
their platforms. Yeah,
all of the platforms it will be streaming. And then obviously on the 10th, this weekend, we play LAFC at the Bank of California. That is also, as far as I know, going to be a closed-door game.
We'll see. We may change your mind.
Then we play right before Valentine's Day on Wednesday. It would be against LA Galaxy.
LA Galaxy without Jermaine Jones just isn't going to be the same. I mean, who's gonna studs up one of our guys and get a red card in the 5th minute?
Ibra can still do that.
Yeah, they can still do that.
He's more than capable of something like that.
Yeah, he might pull a Zidane and just headbutt somebody or slap him.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't give a shit. Find me.
So the other upcoming matches are going to be obviously us playing Herediano. What is your thought on that team? I mean, we obviously spoke about it briefly, but where do you see us lining up against them in going down to Costa Rica and playing them in their house, and then them coming and playing here on the 28th?
So, I mean, frankly, I still need to scout that team. I think what I do know is that we talked about it off the air, that they are the reigning.
It's a fun scouting trip.
Yeah, it would be great, right?
I think you should go there in person.
I probably
call
should.
Paul.
Oh, yeah. Stay with Paul's family in Costa Rica. That'd be fun. But no, obviously they are the reigning Costa Rica League champions. I think if you look back at the last U.S. men's national team match against Costa Rica, they had, I think, 4 players called up to that game. So obviously Costa Rica, they didn't invite, call up a lot of their European-based players, but they called up there's a strong domestic side, and they had 4 guys from Herediano on that team. So there is quality there. There is international quality on that team. I think the venue we've heard a lot about. It's a small venue. It's going to be a different environment for Atlanta United, but nothing that a lot of these players haven't seen before, in the leagues that they're coming from. And I think, preseason to me, let's start there first before we talk about CONCACAF. Like, Atlanta United is at the point now, even in year 3, that they're a very good team. They've been playing together now for 3 seasons, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but in MLS it is. There hasn't been a lot of turnover in this club yet. They had a big one with Miguel leaving, but they replaced him with Pity. So this team is becoming much more comfortable, playing each other. There hasn't been a big systematic change as far as like tactics go with De Boer. There's probably just like different nuances in defense and different nuances in possession and pressing. But overall, they're not reinventing anything. So I expect them to get to Costa Rica and play very well, because that's the kind of club that they are. That's the kind of talent that they have. It just comes down to how do they handle moments in matches that don't go their way, because it doesn't matter how good you are. you take an early goal, and Atlanta United has shown that they can do that. They can concede quickly.
And it's a cold start to have to fly to Costa Rica for your first professional game.
Right.
Yes.
After all this time off. Yeah.
Correct. And I think that's where we'll truly know how does this team act under Frank de Boer, because they had tough moments with Tata, and they were able to come out of those and turn it around and win big games after kind of falling flat. What does that look like under Frank de Boer if they have a poor performance in Costa Rica or a poor first half? Do they believe in this coach? Can he motivate them to win? I don't think there's a doubt, but those are things that we'll have to wait and see. And
it's just gonna have to rain, because even with our training scrimmage, it rained. We won. We still yet to lose a match
When
in the
it
rain.
rains.
So just a little drizzle.
Is that a Mike Conti treasure chest?
I feel like that it could be. I mean, it would fit in his treasure chest.
We
very
should
neatly.
definitely ask and contact and make sure that's
It's legit.
That's a gem.
It's legit.
That is a gem.
Yeah. I'm
So-
back.
I know you're pulling
Oh
stuff.
my gosh. So anybody wants to go do a rain dance before the 21st, by all means,
Yeah.
have at it.
Oh man.
But yeah, listen, I'm like the nerd that keeps talking about soccer. Let's talk about soccer again, guys. No, but yes, this is where we start to see, the true evolution of this club. Can they handle the international competition? Can they go to these big time Central American soccer countries and play and perform and handle the quote unquote adversity that we love to talk about?
Will
professional
Pogba's hair
sports.
become a distraction?
Will Breck Shea's hair become a distraction? Let's be honest.
I mean, I think he's toned it down quite a bit.
Right? He's just gone to the man buns.
Yeah,
right? Man buns.
he's chilled out a little bit last few years. So
Well, I'm
maybe
looking forward
maybe
to
he's
it
hanging around all
either
those
way, so.
Canadians.
I'm not talking about the hair looking forward to. I'm talking about,
Yeah.
obviously looking forward to us going to Costa Rica.
And by the way, Breck Shea will be. He reached out. Devin from Atlanta Fan TV will be getting a tattoo with Breck Shea.
Yes.
Sometime during the interlull or thereabouts, or who knows how that all stuff works. It's very difficult player scheduling, and we don't know what team approvals and what that stuff. But
we all don't go and just get tats?
I mean, you
I
can
thought it
if
was
you
like
want.
an open invite.
If I go to a tattoo parlor, I typically walk out with a tattoo of some kind. So, I don't want to steal Devin's thunder, though. So, so for that purpose,
Which,
I
by
think
the way,
we'll let them
good
do
on
their
everybody
thing.
that kept that up with the tats with Breck thing. 'Cause,
Yes.
I mean, we
Hashtags.
finally got through.
They work. Hashtags.
They work.
Very cool.
So cool thing here. We are actually at 73 iTunes reviews.
Holy cow.
Yes.
73 reviews.
73, and 66 over them were 5 stars. Ha 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 ha.
How did I miss the 69th review? I swear I would have
Nice.
caught that. I must have missed that while I was on break. So, nice.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so we've sort of talked about it before, but once we get to the 100th review, we'll do some sort of like a giveaway.
Yes,
or-
we will do
yeah.
a giveaway.
And then we only have one new review since the last pod that me and Jess did.
We'll take it.
I'll take it. So do you want to? Since I've done a lot of them recently.
It says it says ATL from Fenderex XX on January 30th. Huge ATL UTD fan, and I just discovered this podcast via the Twitterverse. Love the energy and passion that gets me pumped for the 2019 season. Keep up the great work, soccer fam. Soccer ball, fire emoji, fire emoji. Boom. It's lit.
Boom. It is lit.
Thanks for the review, Fenderix, and thanks for following us on Twitter. You can also follow us on Instagram and all the fun stuff too. So follow us everywhere.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of big stuff coming up.
Yeah, so we can't get into it too much. We'll reveal some more maybe next week. But things are happening. You may have listened to the Home Before Dark podcast. If you haven't, go check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Because Larry Luke and Chris from Iron Tooth have joined forces with a podcast that will be hosted on the Home Before Network called Solids and Stripes.
Yeah, I'm so glad because I would always get messages from Iron Tooth about design stuff. And I was like, you should definitely talk about this with other people.
2 designers in different realms. And you may remember Larry was a guest. He gave Kelly and I a wonderful, and Fran, one of his peach design photos.
Which
photo
are
painting.
it's going to be put up here.
Eventually,
in
it'll
Hudson.
be up here. We'll have a copy up there on above our booth. And so check it out. But also, if you did listen, what they also talk about is the fact that we are leaving the Home Before Dark nest So
Yeah.
we are graduating, transferring credits. So whatever you want to
We
call it.
paid a transfer fee. Yeah. It was a very
it was a
hot
very
off-season.
difficult January transfer window.
Yes. We got it in right in crunch time.
So you guys were there discovery signing?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
that's
were there
right.
discovery signing.
We were. Everything I learned about podcasting came from Tim and Kevin, and learning how to what equipment to buy. Everything I have to get off the ground was because of them. And nothing will change. We will still see them at the tailgates. We will still cross over. We will still have
Play
them
soccer
over.
with them all the time.
Kelly plays pickup all the time with Kevin and kicks his butt. And
I do. Actually, I
so
do.
nothing really changes there. We just we host our own podcast now. Nothing should change on your end. You shouldn't see any issues. You should still be able to subscribe. And in fact, we're going to be on even more networks like Breaker and some other oddball ones that maybe not everybody's on, but some people are.
We want to just get into your ears.
Yeah.
Your earbs.
And then we're going to start doing some more stuff with digital. So you may have noticed I've kind of gotten the taste for
may have noticed.
videography and
Small videos.
And so we'll be doing more
Nothing
of that stuff.
big, nothing that like was posted in the Guardian or anything. Not a big deal.
It's not the Guardian. It was the Newcastle Express, which I think is this tiny paper.
No, it was great.
But one of those where like every other sentence is an ad. But we'll take it. We'll take it. I love the fact that it got that much exposure. I think there was like, last I looked a couple days ago, it was like 28,000 views.
That's awesome.
Or something like that.
That's
so
incredible.
that is our
Congrats,
most
man.
successful video. And I was sitting on that one for like a month, guys. I was really anxious to get that one out.
Can I reveal that I saw a screening? Really, like you showed me the screening before.
Yes,
and
I gave you a sneak preview
Yeah,
of
I got
one
a
of the
sneak
drafts.
preview.
Yeah.
And I was very impressed.
Yeah.
And it was just a matter of time before we needed that sale to go through in order to see
Oh man, that would have
see
been
the video.
40 hours out the window.
I know. Anytime they talked about loans,
I would have been calling Paraguayan radio stations and
Right.
bitching about that. I would have been like,
anytime
Atlanta
anyone
United really screwed me on this one, guys.
anytime anyone brought up a Barco loan, Jay was just like, no way.
No way.
Never.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh man.
Oh, my gosh.
So yeah, and then if you follow Instagram now, if you look at our profile, there's a little IGTV icon where you would also see our sort of pinned stories, and you can just click on that. And whenever we publish videos, you could, if you're an Instagram nut and you don't like to leave that world, then you just click there. And I have will always have all of our videos for the most part in that format, so you don't have to turn your screen, because apparently that's a big deal. Atlanta United, by the way, makes you turn your screen when you watch Instagram, their IGTV stuff. I do not. I
Because
keep it
that you should
nice
have
and
to
small,
turn your screen.
and
like
yeah.
that's the proper video format coming from somebody that's done filming.
I
in their life.
agree. But this is the
No.
world we live in.
Right.
I'm adapting, and we are adapting for you, so you can get the content, and it's more accessible in different ways. So
Oh my gosh.
enjoy that.
So really quickly want to thank our sponsors. We got Dave W Photography for images for the Caption the Shit, which will obviously be starting up
Can't wait to start ramping that stuff up.
once the games start going
Yeah.
and he gets on the pitch again. But he is a photographer for the Atlanta Silverbacks, or has been a photographer for the Atlanta Silverbacks for the past 2 seasons, as well as doing his time as a photographer. They're not the Silverbacks anymore. Sorry.
No, they're not. They're Atlanta SC.
FC.
SC.
S.
Yes.
S.
Yes.
As in
Soccer.
Sam.
Yeah,
Sam
soccer
Soccer.
club.
Soccer club.
Yeah.
And he also donates his time as a photographer for Soccer in the Streets. Check out Dave for his portfolio and let him hit.
We need to get the scoop on that, by the way. I need to contact Jordan, who was the communications guy at the time for the Silverbacks.
Yeah.
And find out if A, he's still with them, and B, like, what's their story? Do they want to get out and share anything? So
Right.
maybe we'll have him on,
Yeah, we
and
should
we
do
can
that.
get the lowdown outside of the couple tweets we've seen from their account. It's been
Yeah.
very quiet. So
But you can find Dave at DaveWilliamsonphotography.com. I'm having a day.
yeah, Mock the Agency, and you'll see some of the new designs that we have coming out soon.
They're so nice.
I mean, he's your creative advertising and graphic design guy. He's got a digital studio on 14th Street, so if you need any branding, packaging, graphic design, or website work, they're the shop for you. Creativity is their specialty at mocktheagency.com.
Yes.
And guys, don't forget, go check out our big sponsor, Atlanta Beer Bus, atlantabeerbus.com, ATL Beer Bus on the social medias, and use code UNREL.
Yeah.
Promo code UNREL, and you can get 20% off Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Basically
And-
$5 off.
And it's almost like, I mean, it's practically half off on Fridays because they
Yeah.
have a discount already.
Yeah.
That's for
Go
sort
get
of
you
happy
some
hour Fridays.
beers.
So while that's still taking place, take advantage of that. and plug that in, Unrel, UNREL, and get your 20% off
Heck
at
yes.
AtlantaBeerBus.com.
And then, Felipe, where can they find you? How can they search you? How can they read your articles? What can they do?
Well, obviously, follow me on Twitter at Felipe Carr. That's C-A-R. And then just heads up on when I tweet my articles, and follow the Athletic Soccer as well.
Go subscribe. It's worth every penny.
Oh, my gosh. So worth every penny.
I would greatly, yes, suggest that. Only because, the guys at the Athletic, the writers, the journalists, we love to do what we do. We do it for the fans. We do it for the sport, for just quality journalism. We're out there. We're working. And I'm one of those guys that I read every comment. I want to interact with the fans out there. So, follow me on Twitter and look out for my articles. I want to say one more thing, guys.
Yes.
I would love to just send a shout out to our friend Dale Grove, co-host of the Total Soccer
absolutely.
Show. Good guy. He's about to kick cancer's ass, and we're going to be there supporting him.
Hell yeah.
So, Daryl, if you're listening, stay strong.
Stay strong, brother. If you listen to Total Soccer Show, check out. They have some tweets out there where you can go and donate.
To the GoFundMe page,
because,
correct.
guys, if you work a job where there's no health insurance, or you're self-employed, you understand how difficult it is, and how it doesn't really cover big things like cancer or having surgeries. So that's something that's very important, and you could rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars very quickly. So
Yes.
every penny counts, and if you don't have any money, a retweet. So go check them out at
Amen.
Total Soccer Show and give them some love.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
You can find Jay. Where can they find you?
I'm at JAY_Riddle on Twitter. That's the main important thing. You can find your way to my other stuff from there. Videos and such on the Unrelegated channel. So, yeah.
And you can find me at the Kelly Francis on all the social media platforms. You can find both of us at Unrel ATL. On the social platforms as well. As far as videos and things like that, I suggest YouTube, because that's going to be the best image quality. But you can find all of our videos on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Okay, yeah. I mean, are there any other social media platforms we're supposed to be on?
Snapchat.
Snapchat? We're not on Snapchat, thank God.
I'm on
Come
Snapchat.
I can't, you are, but I can't keep up with that. It's just one more
something
thing.
I can't do either.
Yeah, I rely on Atlanta Fan TV to tell me what's happening on the
Is
Snapchat.
Tumblr still a
and
thing?
Kelly to tell me what's happening on Instagram. Tumblr live
Yes,
journal.
that happens. Yeah.
Go to my live journal, guys, on my MySpace.
Yes.
At thegeocities.com.
on my Zanga. Do you guys remember Zanga?
Yeah.
I never did the Zanga. I never did it. I didn't
I
know
only
about
did
it.
it
I did MySpace. It was cool to have a little soundtrack for your profile.
I actually really
fun.
liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's got a SoundCloud?
No.
Hey,
Check out my
man.
SoundCloud, bro.
No.
No SoundCloud.
Well, that's going to be it for us today. Thank you for joining us.
Come and join us Monday.
Yeah, come join us. Hudson FC. We're going to be here. The game starts at 3 p.m.
We'll be here before that.
We'll be here before that. But come join us. Come have a midday beer, champagne spritzer with us. And let's
Sounds
watch
interesting.
Miggy hopefully get some minutes at Newcastle.
That's right. Keep them above the line.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Atlanta is familiar. Take it easy.
Peace.